Have lots of dishes to do, some that my husband put in the sink from last night. I've got the dishes from today and a few random dishes here. These are new. I just picked these up. I got those for Mother's Day, so those need to be washed. I have a few dishes here that needs to be put up. But the kitchen is just feeling, you know, very cluttered, the baby. And I need just to give it a good cleaning. For dinner tonight, I'm going to throw this pork roast into the crock pot. This is the carnitas. Now, this does have a little bit of a kick to it, so if you don't like spicy, you probably won't like that. It's not necessarily my husband's favorite, but he'll eat it, and I love it. So this, it is $2.39 a pound, which is a little less than average for pork right now, and this is almost 2 pounds. So this is going to make some really good tacos for us. That's how I typically like to eat it. So let's get this into the crock pot and let that be cooking. And then the refrigerator, I mean, this is really embarrassing. It's in bad shape. I'm telling you, this needs to be cleaned out so bad. But you know what? When you have a toddler or life just happens, sometimes it gets like this. And so that's okay. We're going to do something about it today. Today for lunch, we're going to have kraut and wieners. So I've got the Silver Floss brand, and then I got a turkey kielbasa. I'm going to use half of this and then freeze the other half because I'm sure we're going to have leftovers from the carnitas, and maybe my husband can take that to work with him. But tomorrow we are going out with my mom. We're going to go spend the day in Knoxville. So this is just what I'm going to make for today. The first thing that I'm going to do to start tackling this kitchen is I'm going to get all of the dishes put up that are clean from the night before. Basically, I hand wash all of our dishes. It's a whole thing. I know I have a dishwasher, but I just prefer to hand wash them, so that's what I do, and it's really no big deal at this point because I'm used to it. So I'll get those put up, and to me, that is the equivalent of making the bed, because once I get that slate cleaned up, then I am free to wash dishes and put more clean ones over there and to let them be drying. So after I get that done, that's my starting point, and then I can move on to something else. I'm going to go ahead and put our silverware into the drawer here, and then I need to add a little bit of seasoning. This buttery steakhouse. I can't say that I have ever tried a Kinder seasoning that I did not like. I will tell you that I just recently tried the Kinder's barbecue sauce because everybody was hyping it up, and I'm gonna just say it's okay. The original one, it's okay. But Sticky Fingers continues to be our absolute favorite. If you have never tried that barbecue sauce, maybe you should give it a shot sometime if you're looking for a new one, because it's just always really good. But we love all of the Kinder seasonings, and there's nothing wrong with that barbecue sauce. It's just not our preferred one, and we just tried that recently. But I'm a multitasker, so I'm going to go ahead and knock out all of these dishes while we are cooking. You'll have to let me know if you like kraut and wieners. I know that it's just kind of like a southern thing, but I don't know if everybody else likes kraut and wieners as well. But I know that my husband, he would not eat kraut and wieners if it was the last thing on earth to eat. He will not eat anything that's fermented or pickled or anything like that. He thinks it's just totally disgusting. But you know what? Fermented kraut, it has a lot of really good benefits for your gut health. And now the meat, it is processed. I would consider this protein, and that this would be a good meal on a budget, but the meat's processed, so it's not the healthiest option for you. But on a budget, to get protein and some really good benefits from the fermented kraut, you just can't beat it. So this is what I'm having, and then I am having a little bit of Sprite Zero because we had that into the refrigerator. And so now I'm going to move on to tackling this refrigerator. It has gotten out of control, like I told you. You know what? I started not to post this video, even though I had most of it edited, and ready to go. When I look back at it, I thought, oh, this is so lame. Nobody's going to want to watch me clean out my refrigerator, or hang out with me during this. So I'm just going to scratch it and not have a video for this week. But you know what? The more that I thought about it, and I thought about it quite a bit actually, I thought, I am going to post that because it is a big deal that I accomplish anything, any task at all. Besides the fact that I have a toddler, I also have major health issues. I have chronic pain from the time that I wake up, from the time that I go to sleep, 24/7 of every single day. There's not a waking moment that I am not in physical pain with my back. And I know that so many of you can relate to that as well. So any task, big or small, it takes a tremendous amount of effort and energy for me to be able to complete it. And so cleaning out the refrigerator, while it may not actually be a big deal to most, somebody with chronic pain and health issues, it feels so wonderful to be able to accomplish this. So I am going to push through. I'm going to get this cleaned out, and I know that it's going to feel so good afterwards, and I'm going to be proud of myself. What I'm doing first of all is I'm taking all of the condiments out. I'm going to give all of those a wipe down, wipe the shelves down, and then just go through to see if there's anything that's expired or broken down or that we're just not using anymore, where I can clean up some space here, because we do have an excessive amount of condiments. By the way, we bought the Great Value ketchup, and I'm telling you, there's no going back. It's like $3 less than Heinz, which that's what we typically buy, and it tastes the same. Now, there's a lot of things that are off-brand. It does not taste the same, but that ketchup, I can tell you right now that it tastes exactly the same for a fraction of the cost. So I'm so glad that we just decided to go for it, because everything is expensive, and especially condiments. And we love condiments, but you know, you do have to be careful with your condiments because that's where a lot of your calories are without not even knowing it. You could just add an extra like 15 grams of sugar on just by using some honey mustard or something, or some ketchup. And you know, 15 grams of sugar is really the maximum amount of sugar that you should be eating every single day. Weeks ago, I thrifted both of these and I washed them. They just have a few little water spots on them, but I gave $1.27 each for them. So I may put these into the refrigerator to organize it some way. We have a lot of milk in the refrigerator these days, so instead of having 2 cartons in there, I decided just to pour some into this mason jar, and that way it will clear up a little bit more space and organize things a little bit better. But what I'm going to do next is I need to take all of this out and again examine what is in here, what I can get rid of or wipe down, and all of that. Like that oat creamer right there, I did like 2 coffees with it, and unfortunately I'm just going to waste it because it was gross. It was so gross. And I just recently bought the Starbucks, the caramel macchiato and the 0 sugar, and it is actually like $1 cheaper than the Chobani one that I've been using, and it is so delicious. It is my new favorite creamer, which I love the Chobani one. I'm going to still continue to just rotate and go back and forth, but so in my first container, I'm going to put the baby's yogurt in the top, and mine. We both have yogurt bowls from time to time. And then our cottage cheese little cups here, just because this is easy access and this is stuff that we use on a daily basis. So I want to put that on the top shelf along with the eggs, because we have eggs at least every other day. The creamer is something I use every day. The milk is something I use every single day. So the top shelf to me is just the things that I reach for the most. And so now I'm going to take all of this out here on this shelf as well, and let's get it wiped down. And I'm also going to need to wash my celery and my grapes and put those into containers as well. Idealistically, I would love to go ahead and wash up my produce as soon as I get it home from the grocery store. And most of the time, I will say I'm pretty good about doing that at least the next day, but I mean, I don't have to tell you, it's exhausting when you take your child to the grocery store and just do the shopping just to make it through that. Scan everything, put it into bags, put it in your cart, put it into the car, bring it home, get it out, and then put all of that stuff up as well. And then you do still have a baby that you got to take care of in the meantime. You know, it's exhausting. So we just do the best that we can and not worry about it. And so in this container, going along with the theme of the things that are going to be rich for the most. In this container, I'm putting things that need to be used up so they don't get forgotten about. This turkey meat is something that we need to use this week. The pepperonis, we'll need to be using those. And some of these string cheeses, my husband takes those to work with him often. And, the baby and I, we might have one every now and then. I'm just going to rinse this out. It's not actually dirty from the last time, but I just wanted to, rinse it out a little bit, dry it off, and then we can put everything back in it. We do have a lot of cheese. My husband loves cheese, and I cook with cheese quite often, so we like to have a variety on hand for pizzas or for ziti or just for whatever. We love cheese. But anyways, I just realized I have not asked how you're doing, so excuse me for being so rude. How are you? The baby got sick for 2 weeks, and it was actually the most sick that he has ever been. It was pretty intense. And then my husband got sick, my mom got sick, and whatever it is, they said it was like a rhinovirus that's going around making everyone sick, but it just lingers forever. And by the grace of God, somehow I didn't catch it. So I guess my immune system might be a little bit better than I thought, but I have been changing my diet and doing, better habits and taking my vitamins and stuff like that. So, praise God for that. But as soon as he got better, like 3 days later, we all got a stomach bug. I actually had the baby at the doctor yesterday, and so now we've got the stomach bug. And today we're still not the best, but we're definitely on the mend. But I know there's been so many sicknesses going around, and we're not the only ones. But I hope that you're staying well, that you're eating well, that you're feeling well, and that life is going really well for you. I'm going to go ahead and stock up these waters. We do drink a lot of water, so I do like to keep them in the refrigerator. We buy these, the Sam's Club's ones. We get them at Walmart, and we like them because they just are a bigger water bottle. They have more water in each bottle, and so this is just our preference, the ones that we always tend to go for. One thing that we're really looking forward to once we get moved into our new house and that gets built is having clean drinking water. That is such a luxury in life to have access to that. And we had a guy come out to witch the well, and he picked out the perfect spot for the water. And then when it was dug, by the grace of God, we've got an excellent water source that comes in really fast, and we're so thankful for that. Camera battery is charging, so I am going to go ahead and chop up my celery and wash it, as well as the grapes. What I do is I just put water in my stainless steel containers, and I just pour baking soda in. And by the way, your baking soda needs to be replaced every 30 days. I didn't know that until a couple months ago, but every 30 days, and you just soak it for like 2 minutes, each of these, and it just rinses off any kind of pesticides and any kind of chemicals or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this washed up and get it put into some containers. Plastic water bottles, plastic containers, I know, microplastics, dang if you do, dang if you don't. I mean, I can't just throw everything away all at once, but we are slowly transitioning into using more stainless steel and more glass, but it's just going to be a process. Who doesn't love a good before and after? It feels really good to have the refrigerator cleaned out. My camera battery is still charging, but I did go through the cabinets and organize my Tupperware a little bit better. And I've got glass Tupperware right here, and then the plasticky things are up there. So these are the things that I am pulling out to get rid of. Both of these broke, and you know, we just don't want those, so I'm going to get rid of them. This has been on high for 4 hours, so I would say it's done. I'm going to check the temperature, and then David should be home soon, and we'll be ready for supper. You should know that not only does Mr. Groundhog have a girlfriend all of a sudden, but there are baby groundhogs that they just had, and they're so much fun to watch. I got all of these beautiful flowers for Mother's Day, but I want to try to combine them somehow. And I have a vase to put them in. Also, the pork roast, it smells really good, and it is ready to go. I just had an Amazon package arrive, which is perfect timing. Arthur needed some new sleep sacks. These, what appealed to me is that they're temperature controlled to keep the baby from overheating. This is age 15 to 24 months, I do believe, a size large. So I'm going to get them out and wash them, and we'll see what we think about them. I wanted to show you these sleep sacks. The material, it's a jersey knit cotton. It is so incredibly soft, and they're made in the USA. So I am very happy with my purchase. We'll see how they wash up, but my goodness, they are so incredibly soft. Usually what I do is I take the juice from the roast and I put it in the pan, and then it is delicious on your tortilla as it soaks it up, but this did not make a lot of liquid, so. And there is dinner. Looks delicious. Food was so good, and you just cannot beat $4. And he liked it. He ate all of it too. And usually he doesn't like corn, but he liked the corn in it. I am going to clean up the kitchen to spend some time with the baby, just to focus on him. And I want to go outside and get some fresh air like we usually do. And then I want to do the floors. That's important for me to get done today, to get our baths. So I am going to say thank you for spending some time with me. Hopefully you were motivated to tackle an area in your house, maybe even your refrigerator, because mine was horrendous. And so I'm so happy to have that done. But anyways, y'all keep fighting that good fight of faith, and the Lord willing, I'll see you again very soon. Bye.